Straight to it, you have arrived to the most challenging encounter of the raid, Atraks-1. So, for your loadouts, everyone should be rocking the Lament, no excuses. Also, you want a long-range weapon like a scout rifle or bow for ads, and a slug shotty for servitors. Make sure you have the Arc Armor mod Loosened Blade slotted, it dramatically increases sword damage. In terms of subclasses, Hunters, you have no preference, as you won't need any of your abilities for this encounter, rest in peace. Warlocks, Well of Radiance will come in handy, and Titans, you want Bubble for DPS phases. Now, there are two main rooms in this encounter, so you have the bottom and the top. Europa, space, inside, outside. Get the gist of it, right? Atraks-1 has multiple copies of itself spread across both the top side and bottom side. On the bottom side, there will be two on the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. On the top side, there will be one on the left, two in the middle, and one in the right. Ideally, you should start the encounter by sending 3 people up the elevators, which are at the front of the map. One of these 3 players will be the scanner for top side, the other 2 will be ad control. Meanwhile, at the bottom, you'll have a scanner for bottom, an ad clearer, and an operator. What are the roles for scanner and operator, you may be wondering. Let's go over them. I will start with the operator role. The operator will start the encounter at the bottom of the map, helping clear ads. Servitors will start spawning on the left, right, and middle of the map. An operator vandal will spawn, kill it and pick up the buff, and head up the elevator. Once up there, you will notice that there are panels near the pods you came up in. Shooting these with the operator buff will send them down. Make sure you do this, more on the operator role in a bit. Now, the scanner's turn. The scanner buff spawns at the top while servitors are spawning. A vandal will appear, kill it and pick up the buff. Do not kill all the servitors immediately, however, as this triggers the damage phase. If the scanner is not ready, you will wipe, so wait for the scanner to give the go-ahead. My suggestion is to keep the servitor that spawns on the right alive. Once all the servitors, both top and bottom, have been destroyed, the damage phase will begin. One of the Atraks copies will start glowing, only the scanner can see this. The scanner calls out which Atraks is glowing, and then the team up top heads towards it. You will only have a few seconds to DPS the copy. This is where you will use Lament to do as much damage as possible. I would suggest for the scanner to do a 3-second countdown, as if all players DPS at the same time, you will do more damage to the boss's health. The scanner, after DPS, will then place their buff in one of the multiple terminals in the room. The below scanner will then pick this up and do the exact same thing. Scan for a replication that is glowing and DPS the copy. Once the DPS has been finished at below, you will need to deposit the scanner buff in a terminal so that the scanner up top can receive it. The top scanner will scan for another copy, do DPS, pass the buff down, bottom scanner picks up, DPS, pass the scanner back up to the top scanner, and this will conclude the damage phase. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, that's scanning in a nutshell. Now, the operator must be thinking, wait, is that it? Nope, more work for you. Once a copy has been killed, it will drop a debuff called Atraks Replication, which has a 40-second timer. If the timer expires, it will kill the holder and wipe the team. The operator's job is to shoot the debuff off of the players that are holding this debuff. So, once a copy is killed, anyone except the operator will need to pick up this debuff. If it's not picked up, you will be wiped. There are 4 airlocks in the top of the room. There are 2 right and 2 left, one on each level. The operator will direct the player with the debuff to one of these, open the airlock and shoot the replication off of the player once inside the airlock. This will get rid of the replication. Alternatively, shoot the debuff off the player, then the same player will pick up the debuff again, and this will reset the timer. If you don't one-phase this encounter, do not worry, you will be able to do this again, just rinse and repeat until Atraks-1's dead. You will notice that Atraks-1 has a large bar of health, followed by a segmented part. If you drop its health as low as the smaller segment, all players downstairs need to head up top. This triggers the final stand encounter. Multiple more copies will spawn above, and one of the many copies will glow. The scanner up top will need to call out which one is glowing, and all players must DPS the copy. Make sure to use a bubble or well, as if you do not kill Atraks here, it will be very difficult to find the next one. Once Atraks-1 is dead, you have completed this encounter. Congratulations! And here are some tips for you guys. If the scanner picks up the replication, make sure to deposit the scanner buff in the terminal first, whether you are top or bottom. Try not to take the scanner buff down with you, because there may be a chance that you won't get there in time to scan the bottom, and it may cause you to wipe. For the operator, you should cleanse the first debuff as soon as you can. The person that comes from bottom for cleansing should be reset. Then once DPS has taken place for a second time up top, cleanse 2 players with debuffs at once. It makes it easier to coordinate. Just like in the security encounter, do not detonate Warmind cells during the DPS phase, as damaging the incorrect copy will cause you to wipe. Some more scanner tips: if you're scanning bottom, try and scan near the pods. You get a wide view of all 4 copies. For top, near the pods on the right is a ledge which gives you a view of all the middle and left copies. If none of these glow, assume it's the right hand side copy you need to DPS. The operator can do DPS, but try and back off whilst doing it. You don't want to pick up a replication, as you can't shoot the replication off yourself, unless you are using a weapon with ricochet rounds. For the triumph specific to this encounter, all you need to do is kill all 6 servitors that spawn within 5 seconds of each other. Just communicate with your team, this is very easy to do. For the second and last chest in this raid, you will be in space. I'm not going to play out the full path, as this is one of the most beautiful parts of the raid. If it's your first time, mute your fire team. Trust me, no spoilers here. Reach to the end of the jumping puzzle, where an old foe awaits. Thanks for watching. I hope you have gained some knowledge on this encounter. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, Guardians.